This is so weird that they actually asked me to do this because I didn't know what to say. Rose, the woman who called me, I was asking her, well, you want me to talk to high school students about not doing drugs? If you read my book, you'd know that I was doing drugs and stuff like that all my life until one day I had an epiphany. So I was down in Miami Beach. That night I had met this actress who was the star of the film. It was a film that was starring Will Smith and Martin Lawrence called Bad Boys. And I met this girl because she was also in Beverly Hills Cop. And it was like love at first sight. I was like, wow. Our night started out with us going to a Japanese restaurant. We ordered sushi. Well, she ordered sushi, and I ordered 6 bottles of sake. I spent the rest of the night in the bathroom. The thing that really shifted my thinking was somehow during the course of that evening, I had been invited by a famous musician to go play with him. And, you know, I was like, yeah, man, I'll do anything. I grab my guitar and get up on stage, and I'm like playing behind my back and doing all these tricks and stuff. And I'm thinking, I am smoking. Anyway, this guy was the most anal person in the world, and he records every show. The next day I went to his apartment, and he played me what I had played on stage. And I was so embarrassed, I could not believe it. Another confirmation of 2 separate realities. And at that moment, I realized that I was losing my ability to play this wonderful instrument. I was losing my ability to judge whether I was good or sucked. The one thing that I loved more than doing drugs and getting high was the ability to create music. When you make music, when you create art, you actually are making something from nothing. I wake up in the morning and there's nothing there. And sometimes by the end of the afternoon, I'm with Sam Smith or somebody and we have a song. My doctor at the time said, well, there's this recovery center. I mean, this was Greek to me, called Silver Hill in New Canaan. And I just didn't know what to do, so I just said yes. That was 22 years ago. And in those 22 years, I have not had one hit of Coke, one drink of champagne, or one drink of nothing. I wanted to go with this instead of that. It's even hard for me to talk about it in a way because it could sound semi-romantic, but there was nothing romantic about it at all. I was terrified. I really believed the mob was out to get me. And you know, all that was, you know, grandiosity. I was like, you know, like when you're high on that stuff, it makes you think like, I'm the baddest. I got my girl, I got my guitar, I'm making money, I can get private jets. But the truth of the matter is yes, I could do all of that stuff, but I got that because of hard work and luck and maybe some talent and, you know, just all sort of worked out. The craziness, I did that myself. I consciously decided to do that. I could have said no, but I chose to say yes. Most of the time it worked out great, but I can tell you before that night, hundreds of times, it was horrible. I mean, we used to call it praying to the porcelain god. I'd be on my knees, vomiting in the toilet, going, oh my God, if I ever get through this night, I'll never do this again. I swear to God, please just let me get through this night again. And then that night, I'm out at a club doing it again, and again. That night is so important to me to remember, even though I don't remember it, was because the level of conviction for me to go with this was so powerful that I never even considered that. And when people talk about drugs and drug addiction and stuff like that, sometimes they make you feel like if you think about drugs, it's the same thing as doing drugs. Well, I'm going to tell you something. That's bull. Because every time I walk into a bank, I think about robbing it. I just don't do it. I think about doing drugs. I've thought about it a million times, but I know where it's going to lead if I do. And I'm smart enough to know, believe it or not, that if I do it one time and it's actually okay, then I'm going to say, let me do it 2 times. And that might be fine, or 3 times, but the 4th time or the 5th, or I don't even know what number, I'm going to wind up like I wound up that night, or probably dead. When I was coming over here today, I realized that had I not had that horrible night, that night, I'd most likely be dead, because that's the path I was on. I even told the gentleman who was speaking at the beginning, that when I first went to Silver Hill, all of the guys in my men's group, 70% of them are dead. Dead. I was clear because I love that. I love music so much that I had something inside me that kept me from making that mistake. We are family. I got all my sisters with me. We are family. Get up everybody and sing. We are family. I got all my sisters with me. We are family.